This is No Agenda.
I shall suggest when I'm ready. I'm working on a tool. We need some tools. Just like the government has tools. I have a tool.
Well, talking about tools, I do have a clip for the end of the show, or if we can play part of it now, or you can play the...
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a little long. I mean, maybe it's better, but you know that guy who had AQUSA? He has a very long speech. This character, I wrote his name down on the thing. I didn't bring it up here, but anyway, he's from Princeton, and or Georgetown, and he's a professor, and he's talking about Al Qaeda and how they tap into all the public information. But essentially, what he's describing is what the two of us do, which is tap into all the intelligence that's being gathered and then reported on and put on C-SPAN and other venues. And he claims that Al Qaeda is doing this so they can better understand how they can screw us. But he says it in such a way as though, I mean, how many guys does Al Qaeda have working for them scouring C-SPAN? I think none. I think this is total bull crap. I don't think Al Qaeda is doing any of what this guy describes. But he's convinced that they have a head office someplace. Why don't we just bomb that?
Finally, we see, as I just described, Al-Qaeda existing and surviving because it's always been as opportunistic as it is instrumental. That this is a movement that has always been able to take advantages of opportunities simply by continuing to monitor, identify, and exploit gaps in our defenses. And this has been one of the keys to Al-Qaeda's success. We tend to look at Al-Sahab, the clouds, Al-Qaeda's media arm.
What? Al-Sahab, the clouds?
Al-Sahab is a website that means, I think it means the cloud in some version of Arabic.
Oh, that's great. So now for cloud computing, we can call it Al-Sahab.
I guess. I have to look that translation
Microsoft
up.
and Al-Sahab.
But he claims they have a media arm.
For its output mission, dissemination of propaganda. From its conception 22 years ago, Al-Sahab has also had a very important input capability, vacuuming strategic intelligence of its allies. And to give you two brief examples, we know for a fact that Al-Qaeda has downloaded the websites of every major think tank in the United States.
Wow, they are so sophisticated. It's called wget.
In some cases,
what are they doing it for? That's bullcrap anyway. They're not downloading anything.
We know for a fact that they've downloaded entire websites. That's
okay, if we
terrorism.
know that for a fact, why don't we do some trace routes and find out where these downloads are going?
Yeah, why don't you get their logs, man?
And shoot them.
Yeah, really. Al-Sahab.
Multiple times, and especially those that have particular focuses or interests in...
Who is this jabroni again?
He's a professor at Georgetown teaches international strategy or something. And he's the one who came with
We know for a fact that Al-Qaeda is subscribing to the RSS feeds of whitehouse.gov. This is an outrage.
Terrorism and Homeland Security. Secondly, we know for a fact that Al-Qaeda regularly monitors congressional testimony and hearings.
Oh, no. Just like those No Agenda guys. They're watching C-SPAN.
Especially those hearings by the Homeland Security Committees of the Senate and House, the Armed Services Committee, the Judicial...
Is this not a move to turn off C-SPAN?
I don't know what this is a move for, but it's bull crap.
It's frightening because it sounds like we need to be secret about all of our...
First we hear that Al-Qaeda is a cell-oriented operation that is separate from everything. There's no central Al-Qaeda. There's no way this could be going on because the model that we've been told about Al-Qaeda doesn't allow for this sort of thing because then you could track it and find out the headquarters and kill people.
What happened
this is bull crap by definition.
What happened to the Al-Qaeda guys on the monkey bars in the desert training? Now
the guys in the caves.
This is no good.
Judiciary Committee and so on. Obviously, the Select Committee on Intelligence very rarely meets in open session. They watch the videos from them. They monitor the testimony. And, of course, I mean, this for them is manna from heaven. You have the heads of government agencies or departments sitting in a panel, often subjected to withering questioning.
Withering. I'm telling you, John, this is the start of removing C-SPAN and making testimony secret again. That's what it sounds like to me from this professor.